right, guys, it's time for tonight's Tool Time Award. And tonight, we're giving it to some of the most well-known boys in blue, the NYPD. More specifically, the 30th Precinct. Because, see, they have a poster that's hanging up in their station warning about so-called professional agitators. Now, do you see the two people on this poster? They are Christina Gonzalez and Matthew Sway. And their pictures are hanging up because they've become something of a nuisance to the police. You see, the poster reads, "Be aware that above suspects are known professional agitators. Above suspects' MO is that they videotape officers performing routine stops and post on YouTube. Subject's purpose is to portray officers in a negative way and to deter officers from conducting their responsibilities. Above subjects also deter officers from being safe and tactical by causing unnecessary distraction. Do not feed into above subjects propaganda." So that's right. Apparently trying to keep the police in check makes you a nuisance to them. However, I and lots of Americans would probably beg to differ with the agitator label. You see, Christina and Matt have been part of the Occupy movement from the beginning. They've witnessed firsthand the police brutality that we've seen in response to it.
When we tried to go around, they stopped us. Now I saw them pulling this guy with a tie-dye shirt, pulling all of his limbs apart. His shoes came off and everything. So I'm filming that. The cop was trying to stop me from filming it. I said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And all of a sudden he's like, "Get her." And then I turn around and the cops are behind me. And I just started running. And I was running, they ran up, grabbed me. They tried to take my feet out from underneath me. And I'm like, "Don't throw me on the floor, just put the cuffs on." And as soon as I said that, they yanked the cuffs real tight. They were so damn tight.
Now, being New York activists, they're also aware that it is not illegal to film the NYPD. The department harasses more than just peaceful protesters. You see, Christina and Matt have made a point to film the NYPD specifically when they're conducting their infamous stop and frisk searches. So here are a few snippets of what they've caught on camera.
Can I help you? No, I'm fine, thank you. We're just filming you. Huh? We're just filming you.
What's your approximate height?
You tell me. You're good at writing descriptions, I'm sure.
So basically what we have here is there's 700,000 stops last year. And we can see here that we have what looks to be a black officer arresting an African-American woman.
Can't put nothing on our stuff, right, please? All right, fair enough.
I'm wondering why you're grabbing on him like that.
That's what I was posting. The news won't put it on in the papers nowhere. I'm just trying to let people know.
So after seeing that, I guess it's pretty obvious why the NYPD isn't really a fan of their work. But should these two people be labeled professional agitators? I mean, what does that even mean? Who could be considered a professional agitator next? I could probably think of a few examples, maybe telemarketers, right? They're truly professional when it comes to agitating the hell out of you. Or maybe mimes? I mean, it's just so frustrating when they don't just say what they want. I mean, what are they really after anyway? Or maybe Mormons when they go door to door asking if you have a minute, when in reality, they want at least an hour of your time. Or how about your boss? Need I say more? So I think you guys see what I mean. But seriously, what is the NYPD gonna do? Put up posters of all of these people? We joke, but of course the fact that two activists that are simply practicing their rights, trying to hold police accountable and being targeted for it, well, that's no laughing matter. Not to mention, of course, that there are some real professional agitators out there that you know would never be singled out in a police precinct. I don't know, how about lobbyists? They are paid millions to agitate on behalf of corporations. So who could be more of a professional agitator than a lobbyist? Or wait, I know. What about King 1%er himself, Mayor Michael Bloomberg, and his crusade against soda and all kinds of foods? Super thirsty in the Big Apple? Well, drop that big gulp, mister, because his efforts to regulate your diet are a great definition of what I'd call a professional agitator. But what the police should really do is leave Christina and Matthew alone, not to mention, of course, there's so much irony in this, of the cops trying to stop Christina and Matthew from, I don't know, agitating all the poor minorities that are being, or stopping the cops from agitating all the poor minorities that are being targeted by the stop and frisks. If only Christina and Matthew caught their other transgressions on camera, like when they spied on Muslims, peace activists outside of the state, when they fudged arrest numbers to meet quotas, and make the city appear less dangerous. So yeah, I think that it's pretty fair for someone to record you doing your job, especially if you're in a position of power and they're holding you to account. It's concerned citizens out there, like Christina and Matt, who undertake this thankless task, and deserve to be put on a poster that rewards them for their work, not targets them. So for trying to make the pair into bad guys while they're busy violating your rights with stop and frisks, we're giving the NYPD tonight's Tool Time Award.